Now, speaking of making changes and speaking of climate change and speaking of all these things, when we had the bushfires, Jake, at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of talk about climate change, and then unfortunately this whole coronavirus thing happened, and the conversation sort of got steered away from that. But we're back. We're steering ourselves out of coronavirus now and back into summer in Australia, and we had a very torched summer. However, this summer, firefighters are cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
Cautiously.
Yeah, speaking of headlines.
I don't want to quote any of them, do we? Because they're cautiously optimistic.
Well, given last year, I suppose it's appropriate to be cautious about any optimism.
Yes, that's right. You don't want to go around, getting people's hopes up. Now,
you don't want to walk around as a firefighter and say, look, guys, I am powerfully optimistic right now.
That's right.
Powerfully optimistic.
You can leave that sort of rhetoric up to the politicians. So
Exactly.
this is all about the fact that there's favourable weather conditions, Jake. Talk us through it. Talk us through, be the weatherman
Well, yes,
that you
as
always
say,
wanted to be.
I'm not sure that my shirts are colourful enough, particularly tonight, the black shirt. But yes, there are favourable weather conditions, meaning that the Queensland Rural Fire Service has been able to conduct more hazard reduction burns, significantly more compared to last year. Out on the Darling Downs, which is one of the area that had significant burns in Queensland. They've been recruiting more than 150 new recruits that have now signed up to become rural firefighters. I think my local fire station at Tamborine has also brought on a couple of newbies as well, which is quite good. Authorities are encouraging all landholders to make sure that their bushfire plans are up to date, but ultimately the director of the Queensland Rural Fire Service has said, we're getting some really beautiful low-intensity fires with mosaic burning patterns, which to me sounds very optimistic.
That's quite beautiful. Mosaic.
It is. Yes, it's wonderfully evocative, poetic language. It is a good sign.
Okay. Well, that's very exciting. I'm very excited about that, especially living here in the Blue Mountains where we were dramatically affected by the bushfires last year. So the fact that, that there's some hope around the corner there would be great. I suppose I didn't make the connection too much between the fact that there was favourable weather conditions and the fact that that gives them actually more time to do their preparation for the burnings and the back burnings and all that sort of thing as well. I suppose I just thought because the weather was fine, there wasn't going to be as many bushfires. But the fact that they're able to the fact that that would be the case as well, and that they can also do a lot of the back burning, I think that's a bit of a double whammy. Absolute heroes, the very, very last lot of them.